Hi everybody, we're gonna be sleeving photo cards today, so welcome back to a new video. I always have a lot of photo cards to sleeve, but I usually do it off camera because it's like another video that I would have to edit. But today I need like a filler video, so we're doing this. And I feel like for my first one I could always like yap for like an hour, but like yeah, we just have a lot of got7 cards here today. And just a lot of like miscellaneous groups that I collect. I think I collect more now that I have been more open in 2024 to collecting more, because I kind of have finished my other collections almost, you know, like I'm just like catching up to the recent comeback. But yeah, like I always have used popcorn sleeves, so I use the purple hard sleeves and then the green hard sleeves that fit are the same size as Dragon Shield. And so I also use Dragon Shield for just Ming Hao only. So the only collection that I double sleeve is Ming Hao. And I kind of put the green popcorn sleeves in here so it's easier access, since I have so many sleeves in my desk, or on my desk. So, but yeah, I mainly use green sleeves, but nowadays I feel like a lot of people have been double sleeving, so that's why we use popcorn. I don't really try others, and sometimes I put Ming Hao in like Sakura sleeves, but that's just because I got those recently. But yeah, we're gonna start, and then we're gonna try not to get out of breath this whole video since I'm just like talking. But yeah, we'll start off with sleeving got7. I think that is probably the biggest chunk of photo cards I have here today. I split it up into 3 sections since there's like different binders that they go in and also just different sleeves that they use. But some of them are already pre-sleeved from the people that like traded with me, so I'm just gonna leave those sleeves on because some of them are really nice quality, like Titan Shield. But for now, I'm just gonna be using the what's it called? The green popcorn sleeves for them. Well, we have so many cards to sleeve here today. Okay, I'm just gonna put them back here too. I'm gonna do a K-pop collector tag, because I feel like that is something that if you're not like my immediate close friend on Instagram or Twitter, you wouldn't know my background, and you're just kind of just watching my video just because it pops up on your feed. But basically, we're just going to be answering, I have my laptop next to me, just going to be answering some questions. So the first question is, what is the first album that you got? I started liking got7 first back in 2018, 2019. And the first ever album I bought was Spinning Top. And so at the time when I started liking got7, I didn't like, not that I didn't know that they had albums, but I just felt like I didn't need to buy musical albums, because back then, before I started liking K-pop, I really loved Fifth Harmony, and so I always bought their physical releases and went to like signings and stuff like that. But I like decided this is when I was in like high school, right? So I didn't want to like have more albums in my house, because I didn't have a big house at the time. But now I think about it, I'm like, I can't believe I like only bought like 1 or 2 albums. I bought Spinning Top and You Calling My Name, which are 2 2019 releases, but now I literally have like over 500 albums in my house. I think because like nowadays, like K-pop really they have so many versions of albums that like I always thought that people would do like photo book versions. So like got7 had like 4 or 5 different versions per album, like just photo books, right? But nowadays there's like sminis, there's like special like limited editions. Like aespa just came out with like a CD player version that's like $150, which I really wanted, but I feel like I can't justify an album being that expensive, knowing that like you have to collect the cards from it and just like have the other million versions. And I really do like mini versions nowadays, or S-mini versions, because they're like kind of cute and you can like display them on your desk or your shelf or like your keychain. So I really like that. That's like an affordable version. But otherwise, like I feel like Weverse versions are okay depending on the group you collect. Like for TXT, I do only Weverse versions, and perhaps like maybe their like member version, like Gravity, or like the light version that they've been coming out with. Like that's okay, but like the main photo book version is probably what people mostly buy. The next question is the first PC that you got. The first PC I ever got, I feel like I've mentioned this on my channel, but my first ever PC was a Ming Hao PC. Like even, I guess like for my first album I bought like a got7 album, right? But I think like in terms of like a collector, like the first one I ever bought or like traded for, I would say it was the Minghao one from Hengare. I'll put a picture on the screen if I can find one. But basically that one PC is what got me to start like collecting. What got me to start collecting for 17. And then after I started collecting for 17, I was like, because I started liking 17 like years later after I liked got7, EXO, and Blackpink. But I like felt bad that like I was collecting Minghao like crazily and I wasn't like collecting my other alts. Like, of course it was like really hard to collect Baekhyun, and Mark Twan was like, you know, got7 collectors don't really exist, I would say, on Instagram or like in the US. Like, they do exist, but they're not collecting, right? Because we're just all like older stans. And so I felt so bad. Felt so bad that I was collecting Minghao. So then I was like, okay, let me start collecting my alts only. And then now like we are where we are. Like, I literally finished Mark, I finished Baekhyun, I like almost done with Minghao. So it's like, that's why like I'm making this video to say that like I'm more open to collecting in 2024 of like newer groups that I like, just because I feel like I'm in a good financial position to collect more other groups that aren't just like they're hard like broadcast cards. And so I would say the extent though of like collecting really ends at like Rise. Like, I feel like Rise is in my like they're around my age, so I feel like it's okay to like heavily collect and stand them, versus like, you know, if I really stand like really rookie groups like TWS, I feel like in the long run like it won't be sustainable, because they would always have cards coming out and I wouldn't like collect like this forever, you know? So that's my 2 cents on that. I know like people might have thoughts about that, but that's my thought of where it draws the line, even if you could collect whatever you want, right? Because they're just cards. But I don't know, like standing certain idol groups is like there's a different generational gap between like what I stand with of 3rd gen and then now with 4th gen groups, and even like almost the brink of 5th gen, right? So so that is that. I'm only double sleeving this because I didn't want to take out the other sleeve, okay? But so far we have a good dent to our got7 collection here. I can't completely do OT7 because their group, this is an old group, right? So their cards are like not around, and if they are, they're in Asia. Okay, next question is how many albums do you have? I said 5, over 500. I haven't counted. I don't think I want to count because that'll just make me think about how much money I could have saved if I didn't buy albums. And then next is how many PCs do you own? I probably 17 alone. Like Minghao alone, I have over 450 cards. So I feel like, you know, my alts have a lot of other cards too. So I think I would say like if I truly were to estimate how many cards I have, I'd say like in like the thousands. I would say, because I also collect OT13 trading cards for 17, so that adds like a few hundred every single time. And then just like other miscellaneous cards. So I would say it's closer probably to like 1,500. That sounds like a lot, but in reality it's an okay amount for how much I like. I don't collect so many groups, but I collect certain groups thoroughly, right? Okay. Which member do you pull the most? Okay, in got7 I always pull Yoogyeom, which is so weird that I didn't pull him for these trading card packs that I'm about to sleeve. But I'd say pull Yoogyeom a lot. In 17 I pull a lot of I don't pull Minghao at all. Like I always have to trade for him. If I do pull him, it's like for it's for like miscellaneous things like stickers or like postcards or whatever. Okay. Oh, this one I still have to sleeve twice. Okay. For EXO, I always pull. Oh, I'm a big I think Chanyeol magnet, but I actually do pull Baekhyun a lot, which is a big blessing, because when people join my group orders, they can like what is it called? They can like get Baekhyun because everybody wants to sort for him, right? Okay. Let me put another layer somewhere. Okay, we'll put Irene over here. Okay, and then for so 17, I would say, I'm like thinking about my pulls because there's like so many of them. I think I pull a lot of Wonu and Mingyu, and when it comes to like signed things, I pull a lot of Jonghan. I mean, I've only done so many signed things for 17, but it's always like Jonghan or like Wonu for those things. And then I pull a lot of, for photocards, I pull a lot of Boo and Dino. That's why I just keep like most of their collections. And then I rarely pull Vernon. I always have to trade for Vernon. yeah, but the members I pulled the least of in 17 is probably like DK. Like that's why I don't own DK cards, because I don't like pull them, or like I trade them off or whatever. But like that's a member I barely pull. And then Josh, like I feel like Josh, I like bring Josh luck to other people by like maybe like opening their pulls or whatever, but I don't get to keep Josh's pulls, obviously. Sungchul, yeah, and Sungchul too. So Scoops is like, remember, I don't collect, so that's why I don't pull his cards. In BTS, I always pull J-Hope. Like that's like my pulling bias. J-Hope or Namjoon. Never pull Yoongi. And then I always pull my friend's bias. So like, if I were to pull, my friend and I were to buy something BTS related, I would always pull like V. So, and she would always pull Suga. So like, I'm like, bruh. Okay, next question is, where do you usually buy your albums and PCs? In the beginning, I would really buy from, I'm from California, so I would buy from like stores like Music Plaza or K-pop Music Town. I wouldn't go physically to the store, just buy it online. And then over time, like people started joining Goes. Like obviously a lot of people join Goes nowadays. But then even after that, I would buy it straight from K-Town. Like I would just ship it directly from K-Town to me, and just like front shipping. So basically what I do is like wait for like a bunch of comebacks and then just like hoard like a whole 6 months of comebacks to like buy for. So I buy like got7, Blackpink, and EXO in 1 year. Oh, I'm not gonna put that in that sleeve. And so that was the thing. But then I realized it was really expensive because I would have to pay like hundreds of dollars shippings. And then so after going on trading Instagram, I was like, oh, you can do a K-Addy. So like you just hoard it at the K-Addy. And then that was like what it was. So that's what I learned over time. And then Pob started going crazy after the pandemic, right? So I started collecting before the pandemic, but Pob started going crazy. I was like, okay, like now we're doing group orders. But then over time, like you get scammed by people, whatever. And then so I was like, okay, let me just host my own shit. And I started hosting, and then I was like, okay, fine. Buy from all these Korean different stores. So just over time, I never really bought from like the American friendly stores or the international friendly stores like Makestar or Everline. But over time, like I had to buy from them because of Pob. But people like those stores, so it's really friendly. But I just kind of buy from like stores like, I don't know, like Beat Road or Joe and Music or Yes24. So that's where I usually buy my albums and PCs from. I actually heavily rely on Instagram. I know like the tag situation is crazy, but Instagram is a pretty easy place to sell and buy. Like if somebody wants to price low, then I'll buy it from them on Instagram over buying like off of Mercari Japan or HYBE. But I actually started my Minghao collection buying off of Mercari Japan. So that, I think nowadays people use that heavily, but before I used to just buy all my Ode sets on there. So that was like a while ago, right? In 2019. Okay. Next question is, where your worst buy experience? Oh my god. Obviously joining Goes is what is the bane of all of our existences, right? Like sometimes the GOM is like a minor, sometimes they're irresponsible with their money, sometimes they just like disappear, right? And I'm not saying that all minors and hosts are bad, but it's just like if you're not over 18, you're not managing your own money, right? Like you're in a legal aspect. Like if I'm 25 and I like have some problem with a minor or somebody who's under 18, right, and their money account, like that is a big headache, right? Because I know, money is a whole different situation when you're older versus when you're younger, right? Anyways, I digress, but basically there's this one GOM that's like she's not even young, she's like much older than I am, and she was a very credible Agase, and there's not that many Agase like hosts and whatever, because at this time got7 kind of fizzled out of like the pop game because they didn't disband, but they just kind of left their company, okay? And so within that, she was very credible before for buying and selling whatever, hosting whatever. And so she was hosting for Mark's solo album. So this is like way past when they like left JYP, right? She had a Chinese address, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy the Chinese version of the album, and it'll be split this way. And so I was like, okay, I don't know anybody that has a Chinese address, so I'm gonna join with her, and it like took a million years because it's from the Chinese store. Okay, fine, right? And once she came back, she was like, oh, like EMS is gonna be $18 for one album. And I was like, bro, like how many people ordered this album for it to be that fucking expensive, right? So I was like, okay, fine, I'll just like pay it because I wanted it like right away because they had like Chinese exclusive photo cards and postcards, and so I was like, whatever, right? Because this is my ult, Mark Twain's my ult, right? And so like she collected EMS and then like disappeared for months on end, and I was like, what the fuck is going on, right? And so like obviously Dwyer activity, but like at this point, like on a got7 like trading, like nobody gives a fuck, right? And we're like all adults, so we're like, okay, whatever, where did she go? Why are we like being scammed, right? And then we're like, okay, I left it, okay? I was like, okay, Debbie, right? Call her by her name. Debbie like left, and I was just like, okay, like take my loss, right? It was only like a $20 album, and then plus fucking $18 of EMS, whatever. And then like months, like a year later, she like comes back. She's like, oh, I'm sorry for like leaving you all in the dust. And I was like, why would you fucking come back if like we were all over it? Now like you're having empty promises, right? And so I was like, okay, fine. Like she's like, oh, I'll get everything out by August. And that at this point she sent out the email by like June, right? And I was like, okay, fine. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt if she's actually gonna send out my shit, right? And then she like ghosts us again. I was like, if you're trying to make yourself feel better by sending us an email and saying you're gonna promise to send out our stuff, I highly doubt it. And like obviously like life goes on, but also like people have other things going on in their life. But homegirl like literally dropped off the face of the earth and like stole her money basically, right? So whatever she was going through, by now she should be over with it, right? When I know like that sounds so unempathetic, but like come on, y'all, like we're grown adults here, like please like get your shit together. Like I said, sounds really rude to say that, but I think like I knew enough at this point that like it wasn't like something dramatic happened. It was literally that she was just lazy. So that's ridiculous in itself. Anyways, worst by experience. Okay, next, the most expensive item I own, I would say it's on the way now, but it's something 17 related. 17 has really expensive cards, and like over time, like because they're so popular now, other cards will be how do I say, like other cards will cease to exist in certain eras. So I think when pop started becoming really big, I think that that was what era? Your choice era. So that's a lot of your choice POBs are really expensive because nobody really joined stores and stuff like that back then, and for collecting certain members. So I would say that is one of my most expensive cards. So there's this one Cat How card that I bought. It's a thanks campaign. Nowadays, thanks campaigns are really cheap. But, like, I bought a thanks campaign Cat How photo card. It was, like, it's expensive because buying the album itself was expensive at the time. And then it just wasn't, nobody, like, bought it. So it's, like, that's why if you find it secondhand now, it's worth, like, over, like, a few $100s. We're doing TXT now. I don't know how I can talk for a fucking hour, but... Yapper! Anyways, when did you begin collecting? I started collecting in 2020, end of 2019, 2020, when I like went to concerts and when COVID kind of happened. So oh my god, why I sleeve both of the, that's fine. I started collecting in 2020 officially, I would say. And then I started buying a lot in 2021. So I know that's when everybody else started collecting because they were at home, blah, blah, blah. But I already had a good collection going on, right? So... But I, like, intensely started collecting in 2021, 2022, 2023, right? So, well, we know the lay of the land now, but I would say collecting is so much different now than it is back then. Back then, it was, like, very fun and games. We all helped each other. Nowadays, it's, like, cutthroat and, like, trying to get the fastest claims ever for the members that people all collect, right? Okay, anyways, next, BTS. Oh, actually, I'll do Sunhoon and enhypen. It is also a testament to say that, like... If enhypen is pretty hard to collect now and they're a new group, that's how you know collecting has changed because they debuted like right when COVID happened, right? So and also I collect a member that's very visually appealing. So okay, we're starting to collect Sunhoon. Surprise, surprise. Anyways, nobody saw that coming, right? Okay. I actually prefer Sunhoon's concept cards over anything else because like if he's always gonna like pull his like blank face, then like of course like that fits a concept better. Anyways, I digress. Okay, next question. Your latest purchase. Anyways, my latest purchase, today's May 27. On May 27, the D-Icon inclusion previews came out for enhypen, and I already bought previously the I already bought previously the Sangun cover, so I was like, okay, like that was my impulse purchase the other day, that I bought Sangun's cover for the icon, because the icon, the group only does the icon once, right? And so I bought it of, oh, these are sugar cards, so I have to double sleeve. Damn, okay, one moment. So what did I say? I bought Sangun's cover ready for D-Icon for their 20 whatever the collab's called. And then I saw the card previews for the unit ones, the unit books, because I saw they have Jay and Sangun, and that's like, I would say those are my 2 top members in enhypen, whatever. And so I didn't buy it because I was like, oh, I don't need like whatever comes with it because I already have the Sangun one, right? Because I'm being responsible, and I bought it off of D-Icon USA. But at this time, I bought it like a few weeks ago. It wasn't sold out yet. And so today, I saw that Korea's been getting their copies, and I saw the photo cards a part of the unit ones, and I was like, oh, I must have that. So it was like Sangun with headphones and then with glasses. And so you can get one out of like how many sets possible? I don't know. Whatever the distribution is. But I was like, okay, I'm not going to buy the secondhand because I know how hard it is to collect enhypen, even though I don't collect him fully, right? And so I went online. I could not find it anywhere online. And I was like, oh shit, like, do I have to buy this like secondhand somehow, whatever? But no, I found it off of Sarang Hello, which is another Bay Area store, a Bay Area K-pop store that sells things. Like they used to like, like I said, I'm from California, so they used to have a store in California, in San Francisco. So I lived right by there. Anyways, my point is, I found on Sarang Hello, and I was like, oh, what do I do? Do I buy it or risk getting the set of photo cards that I want, or like just like wait till later so I don't have to spend so much money? Because it'd be like another $60, right? Because it's like you have to buy it domestically and then you gotta buy shipping, whatever, right? And so I was like, oh no, fuck it, like let me just go for it. So that was my most recent purchase, kind of impulsive, but I life happens. I already sleeved this one. That was a good card. But I have those 2 on the way. So now I have the J and Sangun cover and the Sangun cover. So you'll probably see an unboxing of that on here. Just for funsies, like why not? I like to go watch back my videos. So that will be a fun memory in the future when I decide how far I've collected Sangun. But yeah, like I said, picking up another member to collect is literally because I finished my olds. Anyways, next. You could keep just one item of your collection. What would it be? I would say it'd be this Carrot Zone I just got in the mail. So this is my How Carrot Zone, my Follow Tour Carrot Zone. I didn't get the original Follow Tour like from the beginning, but I got the to Asia one because of the white back. But this is the most iconic photo card. I like waited a whole year for the price to go down because I didn't want to pay $50. I paid less than half of that, or more than half of that. So I am very glad I waited, but otherwise I would say it's been a journey to collect. And also that's why it's my most prized possession. Okay, we also have the 17 like cards here. Anyways, okay, so with that, what else is there to talk about? Do you have any dolls? Oh my god, I have so many dolls. Well, not so many, but I only have Minghao related dolls. But I would say like in Minghao inspired dolls, I have a lot. So my favorite animals is frogs too. So I have that in Squishmallow form in my room. Oh yeah, this is so long. Okay, I have a lot of Squishmallows. So they're all like frogs though. Like you would think you'd have a variety of them, but I have only frogs. And like I guess like the few like Pixar characters I like Buzz Lightyear, Lightning McQueen, Forky. I have those too, but yeah. Okay, that's cool. I like don't have that many NCT cards today. It's kind of crazy. Okay. Okay. Where does Jungle go? Jungle goes like this. No, Jungle has a green sleeve. Okay. What groups I stand now? I would say 2024 is the biggest lineup of groups I've ever liked or listened to. And again, I listen to like all of K-pop. I just don't like stan, or I don't know certain members accordingly in certain groups because I just listen for music. So I would say like for collecting wise, and this is a collector tag, right? So I collect got7, EXO, 17. I collect Rise. Sunghan's my bias, speaking of. We saw him recently. Okay. And then I also collect Blackpink. I think that's something that if you haven't been here since the beginning, like I used to collect all of Blackpink, or like all of like Jisoo's cards, or just like keep my pulls, right? But then over time, like they don't release anything, obvi, right? So what is there to collect if they don't come out with anything, right? So I love Blackpink too. That was my designated like main girl group for a long time. And then I started collecting Stacy. So I collect Stacy, and I also collect aespa. aespa I've been standing since debut. I tend to like SM girl groups because they can sing, right? They're a controversial take, but anyways, they have amazing vocals. I also loved, when I was younger, I loved SNSD, so that is kind of why I've been like an old SM stan, but hence I ulted a JYP group first. And I listened to Twice back then more so, but I would say like nowadays, like Twice's music is kind of more for very casual for me, because I have a certain style of girl group music I like to listen to. So that's why recently I've been obsessed with wayv, because wayv makes music like very similar to aespa. Oh my god, what is this? Very, very similar to aespa. So I would say like very baddie music. So that's why I love. Oh my god, we went through more than 50 green cards. This is Baekhyun's what is it called? His magazine stuff. And I double sleeve Baekhyun too in my thick ass binder. Okay. I'm a Betty, Betty. What aespa, Stacy, wayv now. I have added enhypen very casually. Okay, I say this, I really have to be casual about this because I have a lot of trips coming up this year, so I need to save money for that, and also just in general like pay for my future schooling, right? So I decided to have a career change, so I will talk more about that if I choose, but I'm going to change my career. So I already have my bachelor's degree in public health, but I think I will move away from that, or like do something similar but like move away from that and go to school more. So we'll see how that comes up, but we will save money for that since K-pop is really expensive now, you know, so living in America is very expensive. Even if I live at home, but you know, owning a house is not cheap. Okay, what is this? This is a EXO card. I love Xiumin. I hope Xiumin comes out with an album this year. He makes music that's so boppy. I love it. Chen and Suho come out with an album soon, so I'm excited for that. aespa came out with music today. Armageddon is actually very good. I have always liked aespa music, but Armageddon, their first full album, I'm so excited. And it's very catchy. And their music video, iconic. Okay, that is EXO. Who else would I do? How? Okay, so I can't sleeve these. Okay, this is 17. Okay. Hopefully I have enough storage on my phone. Anyways, which album packaging do you love the most? I love box packaging. I know that could be also like a hot take, because like I feel like photo books, like I had to like basically experience all of EXO's packaging, which is all books, right? Like they rarely did boxes, unless it was like Obsession, which is like later on in their career. But I like do not like the book packaging. So when Super M also had book packaging, I was like, bro, what the hell is this, right? Yeah, I love box packaging. That's why like 17's newest albums with Heaven and the Best album. What else? What do they have? Okay, the only box packaging that was flawed was Face the Sun, because it literally like would, you know, crease all the time. So that's the only like flaw, but the rest of their stuff is okay. I liked You Make My Day, You Make My Dawn. That was a nice concept. But I think the worst is, like I said, book packaging, because like that's it. Like, you know, they just like a photo book and then there's no like interactive part to it. But that, like I said, is my personal taste. But I know people don't like boxes because then it's like heavy or whatever. So like all of wayv's packaging has been like kind of like books or like slip covers, but recently their big one is like a nice boxy looking one, so it's like nicer to display on shelves. That's probably what it is. I like to display albums on my shelves, so if they're kind of boxy, then it's more cohesive. But if it's like bags, then of course like everybody hates a bag because it's hard to stand up, or like just not efficient for like being an album. Okay. Oh my god, that's a Walmart card. I already sleeved it, but which member do I collect the most? The member that I collect the most is Xiuming Hao. I only collect them a lot though because 17 always comes out with new PCs. Like I feel like if I collected like Yoongi, like BTS, then he would be the most because BTS always has different PCs come out. Like they, even if it's not official album card, they have the least amount of album cards, but they have a million like merch cards, right? But 17 has a lot of album cards. Like literally, why did an Ode and Face the Sun have 20 each? Like that, it's kind of criminal, right? Like obviously if they're solo artists, then okay, they can have a bajillion cards like NB. Or like Yena, but like 17 have 20 each member, and imagine if you collected OT13. Like imagine if in 2015 you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna collect OT13 because it's not hard, and then like Face the Sun and Ode happen. Like I'd give up, right? So anyways, that is the member I collect the most. I collect all of his extra stuff too. I feel like they're very cute. Oh my god, have I been sleeving him in Popcorn? I'm like so distracted. I was like, he is not. He's only Popcorn for the inner sleeve. Oh my god, distracted because I'm yapping. Anyways, all for content, right? Okay, I have to. Damn, see? Okay, this is where I got distracted. I was like, why am I grabbing this? Okay. I just like Dragon Shield because they're a little thicker, and it's when you put it in the pocket, it doesn't move. Okay. I would say for my collection wise, my goal for my collection in the next year in 2024 would be to probably, oh my god, this is a very thin sleeve, to probably collect a little bit slower. I know like me sleeving this many cards doesn't mean I'm collecting any slower, but I would say like I bulk buy a lot just so that the bulk of the work is like done for me and that I can just enjoy my collections and just, you know, enjoy my time in K-pop collecting. Because nowadays it's like I said, it's super hard to find trades, and also like the community is kind of toxic depending on like if you're in certain fandoms or just like whoever you interact with, right? So I would say like I will try to bulk buy less, and I haven't hosted a Go so far this year except for EXO, and I think my only plan is to host for Baekhyun. I think that is a member that I have very much experience in hosting for and also collecting, and I know that it's like quite literally, it's like months now and some people are still looking for Baekhyun cards. Like you either have to buy them or you just like wait them out. You just wait it out, right? So I would say that I will always host for his solo stuff because I love his pops. He's so cute. But in this year, I would say I can't really host just for my capacity purposes because I am going to be gone most of the year, I would say, or just in general, like working. So it's kind of hard to like work and also try to host for stuff when you have to keep track of money and all that. So like I said, life is expensive, so might as well focus on that. Oh my god, these are freebies, but I want to put them on my binder. That's why I'm sleeving them. And then this card, this Holy Grail thin ass PVC, whatever. Not even PVC, it's like a thinner PVC. Okay, from Sector 17. Okay. Yeah, so probably my collection will probably look less, but I think because I can casually collect Sunmoon, that, and they're an active group with Rise too. Like I said, if you know my bias in Rise, he's not active right now, so I wouldn't like want to pick up another member knowing that they're gonna just do a million cards. So I'll probably still collect OT7 like album cards, or like the 6 members in the newest one, but that can be done slowly since they have a million pobs. And so I can always focus on that. Okay. And now we have 17 cards, the best. So these are all, we're going to see a lot of 17 cards in the coming months because I'm, like I said, trying to collect slower for 17 since I usually like to collect really fast and get over with. But over time, this group is so big, their PCs will go down. And people shouldn't be overpricing certain members, you know? So we have that. I would say a lot of people are losing motivation in a way to collect, or like they're downsizing, which is nothing wrong with that, right? I tend to like only buy cards if I really truly want to collect them, and I know like I can say that and like not feel good about a collection. And like I said, I love watching downsizing videos because it just shows that like you as a fan have grown up and also grown out of certain certain things, and it's okay because like obviously like if you have a collection, you have the capacity to sell it, because like if there's a market for it, right? Like if you bought cards and you trade cards, and you can like always sell them. But like if I collect like little like collectible things, like those things don't sell, because like who's gonna buy them if there's no community, right? I think that's why it's nice that we can always buy and sell and trade, even if like the tags like suck, you know. So okay, but I would say like downsizing it, I don't think I could like downsize, because like I said, truly love all the cards I collect and buy. I only think I can just slow down on collecting, because or be more selective. Like this era for the best for 17, since I'm not joining any group orders because we're like boycotting, right? So I am thinking of just buying everything secondhand on like Mercari Japan. And I know like a true boycott is not buying anything at all, but I think that like over time, like when the time comes, I'll buy it if I have the capacity. But right now I'm like truly like not gonna like do anything of that sort by joining group orders or giving more money to that company, because Palestinian lives matter, y'all. Like that's something that I've learned over time in my coursework, when it comes to like helping communities, that everybody matters. And so we're gonna be doing that. We're gonna boycott HYBE groups because they just are not a good company foundation. But you know, once in a while there'll be cards that come in and out. Like this set was pretty cheap, so I feel like this these OT13 sets were like really cheap, so I bought them from so it's, you know, people just getting rid of their cards, right? So here we are. Okay. In the next 10 years though, I don't know if I can collect for that long. I feel like I have been watching a lot of like SHINee and Super Junior fan cams, or like Super Junior was just at Wook's wedding, like all 15 of them, or like 13, and then plus the 2 Chinese members, right? But Super Junior M, right? So collecting for 10 more years is like a crazy concept to me, because by that I'll be like in my 30s, right? So I think I could collect if they come up with anything, but it won't be crazy serious like how it is now. I think even seeing SHINee and their 16th anniversary fan meeting, I was like bawling, because obviously when I got into K-pop, it was just like Big Bang, Super Junior, SHINee, like, and now that they're like grown and like leaving the company, like it's like, or not all of them, but you know, some of them are leaving terminated their contracts. Like it's very bittersweet that like SHINee get to perform on stage as 4, but you know, in our minds, in our hearts as 5. So I think like HYBE has really been alluding to everything and like very bittersweet about everything. So I think collecting for more than 10 years is like gonna feel that way in terms of like if I was like a Shawl, but for real, y'all, like collecting is not forever. But I think in this moment, in this time, we're like happy to do this. So that's why you know, you go big or go home. But I love all these groups heavily, and I hope they will get to experience their life too. So that is it for sleeving photo cards here today. If you have any like questions about any cards that I sleeved today, or just any questions in general about what I talked about, feel free to comment down below and ask me. I am very not shy, not itzy anyways, but I enjoy doing this with you all on camera. I am very glad that I can have a space here on the internet, and also thank you for watching my videos, commenting everything. If I ever say anything that's like a little controversial, just know that that's my own opinion and like does not reflect any of these groups that I love and whatever. So, and that's on my own responsibility, right? So with that being said, thank you for watching me sleeve my photo cards. Bye.